Hello guys and welcome to another Era of Chaos video. Guys, today we are back with the Trial of Angels. This time I'll be talking about certain stages from 15.1 all the way up to 15.4, and I'll be skipping just 15.2 because I believe it's kind of easy compared to the others. We will start with 15.1 light. I'm sorry. Basically this stage is kind of difficult, but all you have to remember is that you require the services of one particular hero, and this hero is called, of course, you guessed it already, it is Jedi. It is amazingly useful hero in this stage. As you can see, my tanks on the top are almost dead. One of the units that was extremely useful to me was the Dragon Turtle, and yeah, basically you have to identify the lane that is supposed to deal more damage, which in my opinion is the top lane, and after that you just use your Devil, even though at some point the Devil will be stuck on one of the pylons. I mean, it is, what can you do? And from there on, once you survive the first onslaught, then all you have to do is spam Jedi Oot, and that's it. When it comes to Dark, here it's a little bit tricky, and it took me like 2 or 3 attempts to finish it, but yeah, you don't really require any amazing damage dealers here. I just used the Judicator. She helped me a lot, and from there on I was just spamming the spells of Solmir, nothing really special. Another unit that was pretty useful was the Cavaliers. So you can see the Cavaliers are doing work on the 2 fire elementals on the bottom. At the same time, all my other units are trying to kill the element on the top, in the middle, but yeah, it just, you have to spam tank units. Use one charger on the bottom lane so that he can deal some extra damage to the last surviving fire elemental, and from there on you have to spam spells with Solmir. Remember, Solmir should be at least 2 stars in order for this to work. So this is how you defeat 15.1. Okay guys, for 15.3, again the keywords are, take your time, yes you guessed it, Solmir and Jedi. It wasn't really difficult to complete 15.3 once I had those characters. Now, the most important part was to identify the fact that for the light part you require some really juicy damage on the tents and stuff. So basically I used my Devil in order to destroy the tent. Once this was the case, then I was just spamming spells, and it wasn't really that difficult. Even though my bottom lane collapsed, it was easy for me, it was enough to destroy the others, and this is the way I defeated Light. It wasn't really difficult at all. When it comes to Dark, it took me a little bit of swapping units and stuff, but at the end of the day what you have to remember is that you need to gather the Devils all together so that you can kill them with a cycle of life. This is not going to happen immediately, because if you use a lot of charges, the Devils will insta-kill them, but at some point, as you're currently seeing, the Devil will align perfectly. And from this moment on, all you have to do is stun them, then paralyze them, and then do the cycle of life. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Sooner or later the inevitable will happen and the Devils will die. Another thing that is extremely useful here is a very strong tank. In my case this was the Dragon Turtle. As you can see, it is almost dead, but yeah, the Dragon Turtle is incredibly tanky in the beginning of the game, so I use that to my advantage so I can destroy the Devils. Yeah, at this point I thought it's lost, but actually it wasn't. The Devil was just 1 at this point, he cannot do anything, I just keep him stunned, I keep him paralyzed or petrified, it doesn't matter, and I'm spamming my ultimate on him, which means that my Dragon Turtle health will increase, and his health will decrease in the process, and that's the most important thing in order to beat this stage. At this point, the Devil just dies to the spells, and this is all that matters. Okay guys, for 15.4, the heroes are, I kind of presume that you already know that, Solmir and Jedi. Again, what can I say? Those 2 guys are probably the best PvE heroes in the beginning of your Era of Chaos journey, if you're free to play or a low spender. And this particular stage I used my Devil with Judicator, even though they don't really like each other, but the point is I wanted to kill the really juicy and squishy backline units, and that turned to be incredibly good for me. You can see all their sources of damage are almost dead, and at this point we have an elf that is at 1 HP, we have a marksman that just died together with the elf, and the other marksman also died, so the entire source of damage for them is gone. So at this point I can just spam the spells of Solmir until everybody dies. Basically this is how I defeated that stage. Devil is the key unit for this particular Trial of Angels, and of course Solmir, so that you can make sure that you kill the enemy backline even faster. Once the backline dies, they have no damage, so you can just pump spells and kill the tanks. This is how you defeat light. In terms of dark, it was a little bit trickier, but again, I used, attention, yeah, you already know that, of course. I use Jedi, and again, Jedi with the evil sorcerers. Basically here is a little bit tricky because they have two main sources of damage, that's the Naga and the Titan, but as usual, I basically use the same strategy over and over again. I'm using Cycle of Life on top, and I'm trying to keep the bottom line occupied, the Naga occupied. I'm stunning, petrifying her, whatever, and at some point, the top defense will crumble, and at this point what I can do is just win the game. There was nothing really special about this stage. I reckon that 14-4 was much more difficult to me. 15-4 was like a walk in the park compared to 14-4. I feel like the Naga on bottom is not really dealing that much damage because it was really easy, not going to lie. This was one of the easiest stage to pass. Like compared to the previous one, when you fight in the tower, compared to the next one that will follow, this was pretty easy. Okay guys, I really hope you found this video useful. Stay tuned because next week I'll be releasing all the walkthroughs in 16.1 all the way up to 16.4. See you next time guys. Take care and stay safe.